कोई आपने वीडियो बनाया कुछ?
I'm just sending it across.
2 minutes before we go live.
Right. I'll be mute then, right?
Yes, you can mute, sir. So when I invite you, then you can unmute and then start speaking, sir.
And you want me to? Okay.
1 minute before we go live.
How long would this webinar be?
45 minutes, maybe 50 minutes, not more than that, sir.
Okay.
All set? Wish you all the best, sir.
Thank you.
It's time. Let's start. Sanjeev, let's go live.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Thank you.
इतना सा फर्क है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी ये एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानपुर से दूर अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, friends, and a very, very warm welcome to this Business Opportunity Over Chai. Business Opportunity Over Chai is a special series of webinar that was introduced, especially during the COVID time, so that we can get you the business opportunities sitting right at the comfort of your home, or already if you're doing some job or into a business. This show is organized and hosted by Franchise India, the management team of Franchise India, Mr. Gaurav Maurya, the chairperson of Franchise India Group, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, Managing Director, Franchise India. So Franchise India has been into existence since past 25 years. पिछले 25 सालों से हम लोग आपकी help कर रहे हैं investors like you to pick up the right business. We are completely investor-centric and franchise-focused company where we help you pick up the right business opportunity for yourself. And today, we are going to launch a great brand and bring a great brand to you, especially from the industry of ice creams, and which also has a different pedigree of eggless ice cream. So here we present you today, Tongue Twister. Tongue Twister has a tagline of creamier to the core, is what they claim. A leading 100% natural and eggless ice cream brand. Investment starting from 8 lakh rupees, 40 plus flavors is what they have. 4 different models based on the investment size, starting from cart, the kiosk, the ice cream parlor, and even an ice cream truck they have. And during this conversation today, we will also discuss that how you can get your money back, payback period within 8 to 10 months. So friends, we also have a Q&A box, which is just below. And please use the Q&A box. अगर आपका कोई भी question है, आप please Q&A box use कर सकते हैं, and we'll be more than happy to answer any questions and all questions after this formal presentation. So friends, warm welcome also to people who are watching us live on Facebook and YouTube. और आप लोग भी अपने chat box में जो text box है, you can write the questions, and of course our key account managers can get back to you with all the answers that you're looking for. So today we have Mr. Jayant. Mr. Jayant is somebody who is a co-founder of the brand. He himself took out this special time to be a part of this live webinar that a lot of people are watching us today and make us understand the business opportunity which lies with the brand Tongue Twister. The name is so amazing. So let me invite Mr. Jayant. Mr. Jayant, a warm welcome to you, and we are so eager to hear from you. But before we start with the formal presentation, I really would like to ask you, what is the story behind? क्या स्टोरी है कि आपने ये ब्रांड शुरू करा?
Hi, Saras. Thank you. I would say me and my co-founder Sumit. So we both were in UK. We wanted a ice cream truck, and we came back to India, and we actually realized you don't have any franchisee, a natural franchisee where you make natural. And at that time, naturals were also not giving franchisee. He went to Mumbai also to look for a franchisee and to get a franchisee, but eventually he could not get one. So we met a consultant who said, why don't you manufacture your own ice cream? And in 2016, we thought, okay, this is a good idea. So we started with manufacturing of ice creams, and thereafter this journey continued with opening a truck and everything.
Great. Sir. And now we can absolutely go more and move towards the formal presentation. So friends, again, I would request you, please Q&A box use kar sakte hain for any and all questions after this formal presentations. So let's keep it interactive. Over to you, Mr. Jayant.
Yeah. It's called Tongue Twister, and we started this journey in 2016, where we started manufacturing our own ice creams, and we have right now almost 10 outlets of our own, and thereafter we've got a shop and shop model with a company called TNS, where we have almost 45 shop and shop model with them. And this was in 2016 when we started manufacturing ice cream, and we started with a truck. First of all our ice creams are like 100%, I would say it's 100% eggless, and thereafter these ice creams are natural, and it's basically natural, and they use natural ingredients. And our ice we at a point of time we have almost like 40 odd flavors in our parlor and everything. So, Sumit is the co-founder. Meghna is again a co-founder, and I am myself. So Meghna she's done her uh, this thing studies from Nottingham, where she's done food production management, where she takes care of the complete production and everything. Sumit takes care of the complete financial aspect and everything. I take care of the business development. So, if I would say, we've got ice creams, which are we've got ice cream shakes, we've got ice desserts, we've got cones, we've got uh, popsicles, and we've got almost, I would say, 40 varieties of ice creams. Where in a parlor we have almost 24 to 27 variety of ice creams which are available at one point of a time. So we were going through this study. We actually did the study. So in 2021, the market share of ice cream was 165 billion, and considering that in 2022, that increased to 194 billion. And if we just consider that in 2028, that's going to go to 2028. This is as per the study which we went through. And if you see the normal ice creams and everything, vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, butterscotch are still among the, which is the favorite ice creams, and that covers the maximum share of the market. And still the Indian flavors are taking over, which are like Anjeer, Badam, Kesar Pista and all, which are taking over the market share. But if you consider 71% is chocolate and vanilla, which is still favorite of people, and that's the traditional flavor which we have it, and we've kept that with us, and we're not actually changing those flavors as such. And if you see, take home has actually increased in the recent times. People, they used to come over, they used to look for ice creams and everything, which was only there in the parlor or something. Now people have actually started ordering, which is almost 40%. That's an increase in what people have started looking for, desserts and everything. So I would say the points which differentiate us are, we've got natural flavors, flavors like mango, which are Alfonso mango, fresh strawberry, coconut. We have guava. We have a unique ice cream. This thing, different models which people can look over. We've got large assortment. I would say at one point of time earlier when we started, we had almost 50 flavors, which we came down to almost 40 now. So we keep on changing our flavors also. So there are some are like coming up at one point of a time, some are going, and these are like flavors for the week, flavors for the month. Like in Holi, I would say we came up with a flavor called Thandai, which is like more of a holy flavor and everything. And if you see, our prices are very affordable. It is nothing like you're having a gelato or something which are quite expensive, and you think about just having it once a week. We've got flavors which you can actually have it every day. The pricing wise, it's like a daily take home thing. We've got a supply chain. We are supplying to Hyderabad, we are supplying to Jammu, we are supplying to Chandigarh, we are supplying to Ludhiana. We are already doing that. So basically, if I would say, we're looking at North first of all, to start with, because we have our own factory at this Gurgaon. So we're looking at places like Delhi-NCR would be something. We're looking at Chandigarh, Jammu, Kashmir, Amritsar, Ludhiana, Jaipur, Alwar, Rishikesh, Shimla, Sonipat, Karnal, Dehradun, Lucknow, Meerut. I would like to say, I like to add to it. Kanpur is again a good place. Dehradun is a good place. Anywhere from that place, because we are already supplying to a couple of these places. So anything like this would be actually good. So we've got 4 models, and we ourselves have these 4 models. So anyone wants to see it, we've got it. So we've got a cart, we've got a kiosk, we've got an ice cream parlor, we've got a truck. We started with the truck, then we came up with a parlor, then a kiosk, then a cart. So we've got all the 4 models available. Anyone wants to see it, anyone wants to experience it, it's already there. I would say if we talk about who can be our partners, I would say anyone could be our partners. There is no restriction towards it because ice cream is something you don't require any specific uh, anything which you should know from before or anything, because this is nothing, no task as such. It's just scooping because everything we provide you, everything is written. So there is nothing to make, nothing to do. It could be a housewife, it could be old couple, retired people, it could be students, it could be anyone who is looking for a part-time startup or anything. So we are already we are there to actually help you with, because you don't have to do anything as such where you have to make something or have a knowledge of something and all. So the best places for where we can have tongue twister is we can have it in malls, we can have it in high streets, we can have it in corporates, we can have it in educational institutes, we can have it in airport, we can have it in metro station or railway station, whichever is like all these options we can be there. So if we talk about what franchisees are going to do or what the brand is going to do, franchisee owners, they just have to do the investment in setup. They need to take the daily operations into their hand and everything, staff planning, local store management, ensuring local whatever training they have to give and everything. And if we talk about what we have to do, I would say we'll do everything. We'll take care of the site selection, we'll do their promotions, we'll do their corporate marketing planning, we would help them in setting up and everything. We'll give them a knowledge of their POS, like the software and everything, and we'll give them a training and everything, so they don't have to worry about anything as such, because we'll take care of the rest of the thing would be taken care by us. If I would say pre-opening, we'll take care of the store development, site selection, unit development, and everything. We'll give them the training, product training, corporate connect. We'll give them whatever we can help them with the corporate connect and everything. Operation support and every software or virtual or manual, whatever they want. Post opening, we'll give them new products every time anything comes up. Product supplies, consistent margins. Marketing will take care, awareness campaign, celebrity endorsement, social media, event and sponsorship. So these are actually the 4 types of what we have set up. So if we talk about cart, you require a minimum area of 50 square feet. Total investment would be anything between 8 to 9 lakh rupees. Franchisee fee would be 1 lakh rupees. Charge you a royalty of 6%. Average ROI would be 100%. Payback would be anything between 8 to 10 months. Agreement term would be 5 years. Kiosk in the same way would be 100 square feet of area, and you would require 9 to 11 lakh rupees. Franchisee fee would be 2 lakh rupees royalty, again same. If I talk about parlor, if we talk about 300 square feet, in that 300 square feet, we would be getting everything. We would give you live ice creams, we would give you Cold Stone. We would add on a couple of more things which we can't do it in a cart or a kiosk, because that would be a smaller space compared to a parlor. Parlor would again have a setting of at least 8 to 10 people, where people can come, and it would be something like a cafe come a dessert parlor. So there the investment would actually go to 14 to 15 lakh rupees. And if I talk about truck is again a good option, because we started with truck and all, where your visibility or the marketing is something different, and people, they find it new compared to what parlor is there and everything. Your people always anticipate a truck to be something like a Chinese truck or a Golgappa truck. But अगर आप truck देखेंगे, truck is बहुत अच्छा option है, जिसमें visibility बहुत आती है and everything, and it's a neat and clean business where you don't have to cook anything. आइसक्रीम होती है बेसिकली, और कुछ होता नहीं है. तो उसमें कोई गंदगी और ये सब नहीं मचती है। Thank you. That's my presentation, actually.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Mr.
Saras.
Jain. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Jain. It was very short and crisp. So friends, now we'll be open for Q&As asking for. But again, before we come on Q&As and while you're typing questions, this is one industry because eating out has prominently in the past, you needed a reason to go out and eat. But with the upcoming times, we have realized that you don't need a reason to especially go out and eat. Second, the problem that they have really solved is being very natural. India being the capital of diabetes, what they are using is absolutely 100% natural, but no added flavors and no added sugar is what they're adding. They have created a legacy because the new business, which is running 24/7, the TNS, the new shop 24, is one business which also they have tied up to the level that they're supplying the material to those shops which are absolutely available. And moreover, if we talk about the investment, so I really do not see a lot of options what Mr. Jayant has really fed in here. So we are really getting 4 options. We start from cart to kiosk to parlor to truck. So first is, of course, we need to understand the dynamics, how the dynamics in the market looks like for this industry. Of course, it is one industry which is growing very well. North is especially one place where it is absolutely considered as a to chill yourself, of course, to cool yourself, but also a dessert option, which a lot of people would have a craving. And during his conversations, I also heard that he is very pocket friendly in compared to gelatos and competitions that we are having. So Jayanti, we still have a lot of I see that a lot of encouragement has been done here. So I'll start picking up questions from this part. But coming on the economics again, for a cart model, you just need a 50 square SFT area, and the investment starts from 8 to 9 lakhs. For a kiosk, it's 100 SFT square feet area that you need, and the investment would be 9 to 11 lakhs. For a parlor, if you want to move to a parlor mode, the area that requires 300 SFT and 14 to 15 lakhs is the investment. And truck option also would require 500 SFT and 14 to 15 lakhs would be the investment. So friends, open for questions now. You can please put the questions here. Let's start picking up questions with the name. So we have Mr. Davinder, who's asking especially about the integrants, because product is something which I need to
so we make these are ice creams. These are all milk-based product. It's not a frozen dessert. Like we don't use any oil or anything. So these, if you talk about a normal flavor like mango, it's got mango pulp in it and it's got all milk and everything. So we don't use any oil and all. It's all 100% ice cream.
So it's all natural that we are.
It's all natural. It is all milk-based.
We have one question about the price points. I see that
we start from, if I talk about, we start with almost 45 rupees. We go to around 65 rupees for a scoop.
45 to 65.
65.
Okay. Okay. And Mr. Viraj seems to be from Gujarat, so he's absolutely excited. Any plans to visit Gujarat, sir?
Yeah, anytime. Anyone wants us anywhere, we would be there. So we don't have any problem.
But how would that logistic or supply
logistic chain? As I told you, we are supplying to Hyderabad. We are supplying to, with TNS, we are supplying to Bangalore. We are doing it in Jammu. We are doing it in Ludhiana and everything. So we don't have any problem. We've been doing that since last 1 year and all.
Jainji, of course, for satisfaction of our customers or users who would like to invest, can you explain more on the logistic part? So we understand they have a base factory where everything is made in Gurugram, and then how the logistic part goes.
We've got these refrigerated vehicles and all. So at one point of a time when we start and everything, we actually send it through that vehicle where it has got almost a stuff which can take care of a month and all. But something, if it is required, trains are there, buses are there, flights are there. it can be taken care of. So logistic wise, we've actually, and we've tied up with a company also, just in case if someone wants something, we can actually pack it in ice creams. You need to pack it in dry ice. You can't send it like this. And there is a cold chain which is there. So with dry ice, you can actually send it, which is there like for almost 48 hours. And the company also takes care of it. Those are like the refrigerated vehicles and everything. They take a small parcel also and they deliver it across.
Well, I think I have to endorse you, Jayanji, because we see a lot of ice cream, even carts and parlors happening. That means the logistic problem has been taken care of, and we ensure that it is delivered on time. I see a lot of my friends who are raising hands here. So Mukeshji, maine dekha aap you raising a hand, but I will advise you, please use the Q&A box so that we can take up your question from there itself. Ms. Sandhya Kaushik is asking, of course, about the age category. Prominently,
कोई age नहीं, I would say. 12th standard student can start this business. 70-year-old person can start this business because I don't require any expertise on anything. They just need to operate, take the care of operations and everything. Baki, there would be guys who would be taking care of everything.
Absolutely. So ideally, हम कह सकते हैं, Jayanji, this becomes an idiot-proof model. So friends,
everything is done up in factory. We give you everything pre-prepared and everything. You just have to scoop and give it across.
Well, absolutely. That's what business is all about. Because in addition to the investment that I do, I also need to consider my operational expenses.
Right.
But again, running a parlor or a cart like this, running a business like this, आपको किसी high skill staff की जरूरत नहीं है.
बिल्कुल.
It is just plug and play model which is there.
And I would say the staff leaves today. You can have a staff tomorrow. He would also learn that. And if the staff is not there, you can do that. So it's nothing which you have to worry about.
Absolutely.
You're not cooking anything.
Correct. And that's what friends who franchise and advise you, because you're doing an investment, but operational expenses really eats up the major part. And the studies reveal that 65% of the reason the business may not do well is only because operational expenses, under capitalization, they fall into.
I would say more about more than operational expenses. It's more of a expertise of a chef, or the worker, or the waiter, or the cashier. We don't require anything as such.
Absolutely. Skill staff.
Skill staff.
You're talking. So not required here. So it's a skills staff proof business. Mr. Rakesh would like to know some more about your existing outlets.
So I would say we've got 4 in Delhi-NCR. We've recently opened 1 in Haldwani, which is in Uttaranchal. We have 3 in Bhopal, 1 in Ujjain. I would say Bhopal, Ujjain, these are the new outlet which were opened like 6-8 months back. And they're doing pretty well because tier 2 city, it's something different flavors and everything. Delhi-NCR, we've been there since 2016. We started with a truck which is now placed in Faridabad. We've got 1 in Gurgaon, the cart which is there in One Horizon. We've got a parlor which is there in sector 15.
Okay. So probably, after the product conviction, let's now see 40+ flavors. Let's come actually on some commercials and unit economics. Can you explain? Probably we'll start with the cart model, which is the smallest.
Right.
Can you talk about the unit economics, expenses, and the
I've got a Excel, so I'll just share it across.
Oh, that will be so nice.
Everyone can have a look.
So nice of you. Thank you. And friends, in the meantime, of course, I still request you. I'm seeing a lot of questions already coming in. We'll take most of them. Please Q&A box ka use kariye. We'll post the questions. And friends, again, I see a couple of people raising hand. Please Q&A box ka use kariye. I'll pick up all your questions with your names too.
Yeah. So
yes, visible. Yes.
That's visible, right. So if I just talk about cart. I will talk about area is like 50 square feet. Area required for kitchen is the same, 50 square feet. That's more. We're taking rental as like 400 square feet because you put it in a place where it's so crowded and everything. You require footfall because that would be a small place. You won't be able to get a big place. Interior and fit out would be almost 4 lakh rupees, where your if the stock and everything would be 1,80,000. Initial inventory would be around 50,000. Capital expenses 1,10,000. Franchisee fee of 1 lakh rupees. We are rent deposit. We're just taking like you need to give a deposit and a security and everything. That's around 60,000. Working capital for another 6 months. We're taking that into consideration before. So total investment goes to around 10 lakh rupees. The price for ice cream would be around 70 rupees. We're taking it an average and everything. Shakes would be around 165. The desserts would be around 65 and all. So average would be around 170, which we are taking around, because if someone has a scoop of ice cream, someone has a dessert or something, or just a shake, your average would come around 170. Delivery, Swiggy and Zomato are taking around 28%. That's there everywhere, so there's nothing. Cost of goods is around 30%, because if we give you a brick and you scoop out of it, so in a brick, we've got a brick of 2 liters where you can take almost around, generally it's 2 liters, so you are supposed to take 20, but we take it around 70 to 18 scoops, because some would go in a wastage and you can't take out exact of 100 ml of scoop. So our cost of good is around 30%. Packaging is around 2%. We're taking wastage as 4%, but we don't have wastage as such in ice cream, because anyone wants something that's there, and if you don't require it, you put it back. And we're taking a salary also of 30,000 for like 2 people, because if it is there for more than I would say 12 hours, you require 2 people over there. Again, staff welfare, annual salary 8%. Royalty would be around 6%. Rental 20, maintenance 2,000, which includes everything, maintenance of it and everything. Marketing cost 2%, electricity and all 2,500. So people would have this question, like where they say, yeah, what would be electricity cost? Because you've got freezers and everything. You don't have a huge electricity cost, because the freezers, they run in a normal this thing. Whatever your normal fridge takes, the electricity consumption, that's the consumption which is there. Phone and internet is 500 rupees. Payment and everything is settlement charges 1.5%. Indirect expenses around 5% rupees. And now we come into the capital expenditure, which we are talking about 8 to 15 lakh rupees, where 4 lakh rupees would be your interior and everything. Equipment would be around 1.5 lakh rupees. Signage around 30,000. Franchisee fee 1 lakh. Licenses and everything like FSI, Shop Act and everything would be around 30,000. Initial inventory of 50,000 rupees. Your POS and everything to take care of, because our POS, they'll tell you, just in case if you're not there, you don't have to worry about it. If you've got people working under you, they would actually see, you'll come to know how many cups have been gone, how many shake glasses have gone and everything. So you don't have to worry about it, because the POS takes care of everything. Marketing and everything for the launch would be around 30,000. So in total, around 8,40,000. So we're talking, this is the minimum investment which we are talking about. And we've taken the working capital also into consideration. 1 month would be your rent, 60,000. Salary, but we're taking 60,000. That's on a very high end. If you are putting it in a very high-fi place, and that too, I would say Delhi and NCR, where the rental are quite high compared to other places. So 60,000 rental. Salary 90,000 रुपए की, electricity 7,500 रुपए. Total महीने का expenditure would be around 157 or something. And आपका महीने का expenditure would be 157,500, and initial. If I just tell you how do you break even and everything, we're talking about 35 bills. एक तो आपने सबसे अच्छी जगह लगा रखा है. Either it's in the mall or it's in the high street, where you have got footfall and everything, because it's a cart. It's a 50 square feet, 50 to 80 square feet carpet. So 35 bills. So it's a normal thing which you can do it. I'm not taking because it's in a mall and everything that online bills would be so much because it's difficult for Swiggy and Zomato to come over there and everything. I'm just taking it 5 orders a day. So your average revenue per day would be around 6,800. Calculating that and taking your 157 into consideration with your rental and everything, you have a payback period of almost 10 months over here. With an investment of 8 lakh rupees, you are coming back and everything. I've got a complete calculation. If someone wants it, I'll share it across. So we've taken the salary, the rental, the maintenance, the marketing cost, the electricity, the phone, the payment. And we've taken in the payment also into the consideration where your Paytm and the phone pay, they charge you around 1.5%. Cost of delivery is 28%, be it Swiggy, be it Zomato or anything. So considering that, the payback period comes around 10 months. And the figures are true because I never wanted these counter bills or anything to be fudged or anything. I said 35 because that is something which is achievable, which we are doing it. 35 orders is nothing big task where you can't achieve it or something. A daily revenue of 6,800 is something which is very achievable, and that is in the month 1. But if you go to month 10th or 12th, after a year where you yourself established your brand and everything, you will come down to almost 11,630. So your average order would increase to almost, I would say, around 60 or something. But that's after a month, year's time. It's nothing which you would say that you're doing it in first month. So this is something which we have done it. We have experienced it and something. So that those figures are something which we have kept it. In the same way, if we talk about kiosk, your rental and everything would be as per the area and everything, but we've taken in a higher end because we are based out of Delhi-NCR where the rental are higher and everything. So think the cost would actually go down, your working capital and everything would go down and everything. So your investment for a kiosk would be 9,90,000. In the same way, if we talk about truck, this would be 14,35,000. Truck, I would say, is a little bit higher, but reason is there because you need to buy a truck over here. You can't lease a truck or something. We've taken truck into consideration where you're buying a truck, where you're paying the complete upfront money for the truck and everything. That's why it's coming down to 4,35,000. And Parlor is 14,55,000. That's the reason. Parlor, you've got a setting, you have interiors to do, you have fall ceiling, you've got everything. And Parlor, we can have what we are planning, what we have started in Haldwani and everything. Cold Stone would be there. Your live ice cream would be there and everything, which you can't do it in a truck or a kiosk and everything.
Well, answers, I think a lot of detailing that we have done, and that's exactly, friends, what Franchise India is. We help you make an informed decision with a calculative risk, deeping to the penetration that how much your expenses will go into maybe delivery for Swiggy and Zomato as a partner they would take. Let's take some more questions, and I see a lot of questions coming here. So friends, let's start taking some more questions. So ideally, Jayanji, can you please tell us, although we discussed that, what is the net profit average that any franchisee store can expect?
I would say around 30 to 40%.
30 to 40% is on the product margin they can expect. Okay. We have a very senior partner with us, Mr. Lokhande, Mr. Jagdish Lokhande. He's asking any plans to roll out in MP?
Yeah, we are already there in Bhopal. We started with 2. We're opening 1 more in Bhopal, 1 in Ujjain. We are open to any place.
Okay. And are we just ready to open a unit franchise, or do we have an option for master franchise if somebody is interested?
We are open to both. Whatever is convenient and everything.
And just adding one more question, because that could be also one of the models for better supply management. Do you also have an option to give a manufacturing franchise? Incentive, or do you want to keep it in your control?
We would like to keep it in our control because we have not thought about it. And secondly, manufacturing is something which we do it. We've got expertise and everything. We won't be able to pass it on. This is something which we make the product, and the final product goes over there.
Well, Jagdishji, of course, we can get in touch with Mr. Jayant itself. If you have somebody who's ready to take that pledge, of course, along with Mr. Jayant, I'm sure something can be worked out on the table. And when we talk about master franchise, yes, could be an option that he also runs a master kitchen or a factory in maybe in central kitchen. But that's one-to-one cases that we can really discuss. Mr. Viraj, profit margins and plans for 23-24. So the plan, what are your plans for expansion, sir? Of course, we see that it's majorly pan-India, but primarily we'll start with the North region first. So, Mr. Shah, of course, you can get in touch with us. In fact, after this call, our key account managers will be calling you and discussing all the cases one-on-one basis, and shall required, we'll be more than happy to connect with you directly with Mr. Jayant, where all the questions again can be answered. Ms. Sandhya asked a question again. Her question was about the customer age. Sandhya ji, ice cream hai.
Kuch bhi chalega.
Probably the 3 months old, you yourself, if you're a mother, you should have, given that taste flavor to the kid. And again, as he said, it's naturals. All the ingredients are natural. So probably the elders can also enjoy their special flavors that Mr. Jayant was talking out of his kitty. Let's come to Ms. Neha Kaur, a very important question that I also had in my list, marketing. How and different modes of marketing that you use? Any influencers are you using, sir, for marketing?
We're doing that. So because we have our own parlors and everything, we have to do that. We're doing social media marketing. We're calling influencers, we're calling these bloggers and everything just for them to actually taste. We've got these events also. So we've got a track which we send it to a couple of events and all, to societies. I'm talking about Gurgaon as a place. So we're sending it to societies. We are doing events and everything. So there's a brand recall. Logo ko yaad rehta hai, there is a brand called Tongue Twister, and this truck goes over to events. We are doing most of the events in the Shera, Diwali and everything, where people are aware of what this brand is and everything. And social media is always there.
Absolutely. So all the ATLs, above the line marketing, would be considered by you again, especially for the reason that it requires a big investment. So Mr. Jayant is telling us that he has invited a lot of influencers, that he does influential marketing, bloggers, social media campaigns, and also getting into the societies directly where the consumer is. So again, question on the marketing has been addressed. Mr. Rakesh, so we have one more question. People are really interested in manufacturing partners, sir. Mr. Rakesh,
let's meet them and talk about it. We're giving them an easy task.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Rakesh, let's discuss on one-on-one basis. So let's see, how easy and it would be for somebody to give. But again, Mr. Jayant wants to keep everything under his control. But again, there are ways where the manufacturing franchises could be given, where we call a business model, where everything can be controlled. So that's one-on-one basis that we can really talk about. Mr. Chabra is asking how much percentage of margin will I generate? So I think you have already been answered. 30 to 40% is already answered that. Then we have one more question. From their 40 plus outlets, what type of customer is coming frequently? 40 plus are not the outlets, sir, as of now. They are more of 40 plus flavors that they have.
We've got 40 shop and shop model. Sorry, sir.
Shop and shop models. Yeah,
so 40 plus shop and shop model. We've got 10 of our own outlets. But I would say if someone is asking about people, it starts from an age of 3, 4. Goes up to age of 80, 90. There is no restriction or anything.
Of course, there is not. And probably his question was on repeated customers.
We get college students. We get people who are working in a corporates or anything. We get families in the evening. they come to us every day after their meal or anything. They just come on a walk or anything where they want to have a sweet or anything. So it's basically, if we talk about morning, afternoon and all, that's more of a school and a college student and everything. If we talk about evening, it's more of a corporate after job and all. And if we talk about night, it's more of a families who come after the meals and all.
Great. Mr. Jain, business is all about ease of licensing. So especially in case of truck, do we need any kind of licenses, any additional licenses?
So that's why I said I've got all the 4 modules and everything. I would recommend someone who can get a lease or something where there is no problem of police or anything. Because we have parked our truck in a mall where we have done a lease and everything. Gurgaon, earlier they had a market where they used to have it. Like if I talk about Gujarat, I talk about Maharashtra or anything. Everyone has got you've got a truck license where the government gives it. So you don't have anything as such that you have to move your truck and all, and you are permitted to do that. Like in Delhi-NCR, you don't have that. You can't park a truck as such. But anywhere else, like there, I heard people they have a truck license where you can park your truck permanently at one place. So because if you park it in one place and people know your brand, they would like to come back to that place. If you're parking it today, you're not parking it tomorrow, it would be something that is not a regular.
Absolutely. I see a couple of our audiences getting, maybe wrong myth that if it's a truck, it always has to be on move. If it's a cart, it always has to be on move. No. The model Mr. Jain decided is only to bring down the operational expenses. Because if you go inside a mall, you take a shop, exclusive brand outlet, a showroom for yourself. It, of course, as we saw in this model, also was expensive. But again, we want to help even the people who do not want to invest a lot of money in this and probably work in a smarter way of using a cart model could be one option that they can really go for.
Saras, I would like to clear this. If people are thinking it's a push cart,
Yeah.
like you like you have it in this thing, the quality walls or the cream wall,
Quality
cream
and,
well and all.
correct.
It's not a push cart. It's a cart which is big enough. It's something which you place it in a mall and all.
In the
It's
mall.
got 50, 80 square feet. You've got everything. You've got a microwave inside it. You've got a fridge. You've
Stop
got
and a shoot. Yeah.
you've got everything inside that cart. So it's a big cart. It's not a push cart where you're just
Absolutely.
comparing it across.
Exactly. Thank you. Ms. Sandhya is asking outlet in Faridabad. So do we have a website? I'm just going to scroll. I'm sure I will be able
No.
to.
The website. We are working on the website and everything. After COVID, everything went down. So we're again working on it.
But again, if I want to find outlets, I think Google Map can really help.
Google is there. Google would actually tell you there. The Zomato would tell you because we are supplying for most of the places.
But where in Faridabad, if you
this is there in Worldmark. It's Omix World Street.
Yeah,
Sector 79.
very famous.
Very
I think you're already there.
Yeah, your office is also there, so
Absolutely.
it's nearby. I've got my truck over there.
Oh, lovely. And Mr. Lokendi is asking, what is the average business that happens in the Bhopal outlet?
Bhopal is doing very good.
How old it is?
It's I told you we started in November. We started with a truck again. We opened a kiosk or a parlor, a small place. Now we are opening a parlor. So the third outlet is coming in another 7 months. So that's the business is actually good.
Okay. Shelf life?
6 months. So people don't have to worry about it if anyone is starting it up. And there are flavors which are region specific, I would say. We've got flavor like guava with red chili and salt. So people, just in case if the flavor is not working over there, we get it back because that goes over to some other place. Shelf life is 6 months, so nothing to worry about.
6 months, it's there. Okay. We should also not forget to talk about some competitive advantage because there are a lot of players in the market. Anything that you would feel that you're on top competing to any competitor in the market?
Flavors are good. We are doing that. Everywhere we're doing that. If I talk about my sector 15, we've got Ganis next to it. Faridabad, we've got Naturals next to us. Bhopal, we've got Baskin next to us. Haldwani next door is Baskin. It's actually a good market where people, they realize, okay, this is a better brand. The taste is better, the quality is better, and everything. So people shift to us.
True. And friends, that's what we suggest you before you pick up the business. You should look at the market size, and especially in the F&B industry, when we talk about 4% of GDP revenue is directly coming from the F&B industry itself, which contributes. Secondly, in F&B industry, fresh is always welcomed on the table, and the market is so big that even though they're competitors, but people would like to shift their taste buds, and of course, even the traction keeps going. Any state warehouse plan, sir? I see a lot of questions coming, or especially for warehouse plan. Or
warehouse, we don't have any problem. We've been talking about it. There's a model. I'll actually share it across with you, which you can actually share it.
Okay.
Warehousing and everything is not a problem with us. We can actually supply you ice cream.
That's nice.
We're doing that for people. We can do that anywhere they want it.
So probably this will be packed with the option of master franchise.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. It's more of a distribution thing, which they can actually do.
Absolutely. Well, the questions are not ending, and although the time is. So friends, I would request you that if you really are interested to make more understanding and speak to Mr. Jayant, please call our hotline numbers that I'm continuously posting on the chat box, and I do it for you again. It's 97176 83838. I repeat, 97176 83838. You can even write an email back to us at feedback@franchiseindia.in. Feedback@franchiseindia.in is our email address. And our Do Your Own Business specialist after this webinar will start calling you. For the people who have registered here, watching us live here, we'll start calling you and ask you about the interest, and shall you want to move ahead and go to stage 2 to talk more on details, we'll be happy to get in touch with you and get Mr. Jayant connected. I can pick up one more questions probably, if we can. So sugar-free ice creams, or is it just natural? Do we have something sugar-free, or is it natural?
We've got everything. I've got the regular flavors like your butterscotch. I've got regular flavors like chocolate. Those can't be natural as such. You've got normal flavors. I've got sugar-free flavors. I've got different sugar-free flavors. Something like kala jamun. I've got anjeer. So that is something where people can actually try that up. And we've got so one is your normal flavors like your American nut, your butterscotch, and everything. Those are there. Thereafter, you've got a chocolate. Thereafter, you've got a natural flavors, and you have the regular flavors thereafter.
True. So I think that's it, sir. And a lot of information has been given. And friends, if you really want to start a business, I think the time has really come. Of course, this is one business that you can really start the soonest, because you don't need a big infrastructure to start this business. Probably the deal can be signed, and within 1 month or 2 months time, the real business can really start. So Mr. Jayant, any last thing that you want to add up before we close this webinar, please?
I would like to say, try our ice cream first, and you'll get the feel out of it. You like to have something of your own. And it's nothing difficult, and it's actually easy for everyone to do that.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Jayant, I think you made me remind of that old advertisement. "Pehle istemal kare."
Pehle istemal kare, fir
vishwas kare. Thank you,
friend. Sorry, I don't know if I've repeated it. It's eggless, so it's actually good for everyone.
Absolutely. No, of course. The real pedigree would have definitely come. The confidence come once you taste the flavor, visit the outlets. So friends, we of course invite you to visit the outlets. You can always visit the outlets and see how it's happening. With that, we would like to end and close the session, but again with the invitation again. Franchise India is all about events. We do events every day. Probably how do I put is there are 365 days in a year, but we'll end up doing almost 1,400 events in a year. Now, this is a combination of both physical and virtual events. So again, I'm inviting you for a great event, which is a physical event that's happening on 10th of July in Ahmedabad. 10th of June in Ahmedabad, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So anybody who's in Ahmedabad, we are inviting you to be a part of the mega franchise show where a lot of brands will be participating there from different industries who will be more than happy to explore, to explain you the business opportunities. You can meet them directly, explore different options. Taj Skyline Ahmedabad would be the location that you should be on 10th of June. In addition to it, I also want to extend my invitation to you, the world's biggest franchise show. 15th and 16th of July are the 2 dates if you really want to explore business opportunities in different categories and all categories. 15th and 16th of July are 2 dates in Pragati Maidan. You should be here because the world is coming here. You should be, because this is one place where a lot of business opportunities will be presented there. The registrations can be done directly by calling our hotline numbers 97176-83838. 97176-83838. Visit our website, franchiseindia.com. You can always do registrations over there. 19th edition we are doing on a big, huge demand. We are coming back again on 15th and 16th of July. So friends, with that, let's come to the end of a lovely session that we had today. And I really want to give a big thanks to Mr. Jayant, the co-founder, who came us and helped us to explore the business opportunity. And friends, wish you the best day of your life you ever had. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. All the best.